Hi, this is Christian Mehrmann from chmphotography.com. In this short video I will discuss the benefits of converting an image to black and white. I will demonstrate and explain the difference between color and black and white photography by displaying color photographs and their monochrome counterparts side by side. I hope that by the end of this video you will have a clearer understanding of when a black and white conversion works and when it does not. I will, however, not go into technical details on how to convert a color image to black and white. This is content for more videos to come. So, when in the digital age almost every camera takes color images, then why should we take the extra step to convert them to black and white at all? Well, the simple truth is that color very often is a distraction. What may sound strange at first makes more sense on second thought. Blind people, for example, are known for the heightened awareness of their remaining senses, like hearing or touching. Technically, color is just one more layer of information in a photograph. If you take it away, it makes perfect sense that one becomes aware of the remaining visual aspects that otherwise would be less noticeable or even completely overlooked. These aspects are composition, forms and shapes, lines, patterns and structures, and finally textures. Let me show you some examples. In this image of a cyclist going uphill, the first thing people usually notice and react to is the color of the clouds. If you take the color away, other things become more prominent. The light shafts directed at the cyclist, the dramatic structure of the clouds, and the size of the ground and the angle of the diagonal. It's not that these things are not there in the color version of the image, they just are not what grabs the viewer's attention first. Let's take a look at our next example. A perfect summer day and a vibrant red building, and what a clever move of the architect to leave a hole in the roof so that we can see a little more of the beautiful sky. In the black and white version, however, it's all about the angular shapes and the way they are composed. No color is there to distract us from these basic building blocks of photography. And the rough texture of the roof is far more prominent too. Now take a look at this photo of some blades of grass. Aren't the greens rich and beautiful? Stripping the color from the image turns this nice nature close-up into an almost abstract photograph in which not the grass itself is the subject matter anymore, but the lines and curves it creates. And are you sure you have already noticed the nice structure in that centered blade of grass in the color version? The blue and red in the feathers of this Victoria crowned pigeon are wonderfully elegant and beautiful. In fact, they are so beautiful that they demand almost all of the viewer's attention. They are so dominant that many people told me that this shot couldn't possibly translate well in black and white, until I showed them the black and white version. Of course, this is a completely different photograph. It's not about the bird's color anymore, but about the filigree delicacy of its crown feathers and about the magic of light. Monochrome images are particularly well suited to emphasize textures. In this photo of an elephant's forehead, it is hard not to ask what the point of the photograph is. It becomes instantly clear, however, after a proper black and white conversion. Converting a photograph is not an option whenever its subject matter is the color itself. A good example is a rainbow, or take a look at this extremely colorful bird. Converting this photograph to black and white would take away the essence of the bird and probably erase the very reason why it was photographed in the first place, because it hasn't got a catchy feather crown as the Victoria crowned pigeon we discussed earlier has. And who could possibly want to imagine this abstract work based on a daffodil's pistil without its bright and yellow vibrancy and luminosity? Sometimes it just has to be color. In all of the above, the artist's intent is key. It's up to her or him to decide whether color is or is not really needed to support that intent. Fortunately, a photo will benefit from the result of such thinking, regardless of the artist's decision in that matter. Many people think that color photos are visually more pleasing and more realistic. While this is certainly true for some images, and everybody is inclined to have their own personal taste anyway, I think that color is overrated, and there is something to be gained from a good black and white conversion in almost every photograph. And that is impact.